everyone, it's your brand new retro idol, Showa Shoujo. And speaking of retro idols, today I'm going to be talking about some that I think are criminally underrated. When it comes to the Showa era, some of the most iconic idols include Akina Nakamori, Seiko Masuda, Yukiko Okada, and they're all amazing. But there's some idols from that period that I don't see being mentioned much or at all, and I'd like to share them with more people because I think they deserve more love. So get ready for a lot of info dumping. Also, don't mind me looking over there, I'm looking at the script. First is Mami Yamaze, who is one of my favourite idols of all time. Growing up, she had always aspired to be an idol, and in 1985, she won the 10th annual Hori Pro Talent Scout Caravan audition, and made her debut the following year with the single Meron no Tamiiki. She released her first album, Ribbon, and the EP Lisey the same year, and Lisey is probably my favourite EP ever. Every song is so pretty, and I definitely want to cover Heartbreak Cafe someday. Please don't say goodbye. 1986 was definitely a busy year for Mami, as she also starred in the original Super Mario Bros. Movie. No, not that one. The anime as Princess Peach. This is actually where I first discovered Mami, as I am a die-hard Mario fan. I thought her voice was adorable, and I absolutely loved her song Crystal Ball from the movie soundtrack, so I wanted to check out the rest of her music, and the rest is history. Mami started out as a pretty conventional idol, but she soon started going in a different direction a couple of years into her career. Her second album, Oyayubi Hime or Fun Princess, released in 1989, is a complete contrast from her previous work, and I love it. Mami took on a new, wacky image, and her stuff from this time is a lot of fun. She released 2 more albums, Oyayubi Hime Futatabi and Night Baby. Mami found more success on variety television than as an idol, and I believe that's what she's doing to this day as well as radio work. She's also starred in other movies and TV dramas, and also some very interesting commercials. Some fun facts about Mami is that she was trained in classical ballet, and in her own words, she said she was too tall to be an idol, being roughly 5'6". I think I'm like half an inch shorter than her. Anyway, she's super cute and a great singer, and I love her. Next is Yuki Kawakami. Like Mami, Yuki also grew up with aspirations of being a singer, and in 1981, she won Star Tanjo at just 13 years old. Star Tanjo is notable for being the origin of many successful idols who also won the competition, like Akina and Yukiko, and also Momoi Yamaguchi, Hiromi Iwasaki, and Pink Lady, amongst other idols. She debuted in 1983 with the single Blue Étrangère, which is a beautiful song. The following year, there was a boom in the popularity of Techno Kayo, which is like regular Kayo Kyoku, but with more synths. So for her first single, Doki Doki, Yuki had a duet with a robot. I don't know about you, but this is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. It's so cute. By the way, the robot's name is HP25, named after Horipo's 25th anniversary, and he is rocking those Nikes. He cost about 50 million yen to produce, he was later named Tsutomu, and sadly he was dismantled and no longer exists. Can we all take a moment of silence to mourn the loss of HP25? Yuki released 5 singles and starred in some TV dramas and reality shows before retiring in 1987. However, she actually resumed musical activities just a couple of years ago and is still singing today. She has a YouTube channel, so check it out. I also want to shout out Maiko Okamoto, who I discovered very recently. She was actually a child actress and was scouted as a singer at the age of 14. She debuted as an idol in 1985 with the song Aite Ringo Desu Ka. This song is included on her debut album from the same year, Hata no Tobira. Thanks to Spotify's algorithm, I was recommended this album and it's now one of my favourites. Honestly, the title track made me cry. It's a gorgeous ballad, followed up by some of the grooviest tunes I've ever heard. Maiko was Rookie of the Year at her company, won some awards and starred in a musical and a movie, as well as releasing one more album before she retired in 1987. She is now married and a mother. The last idol I'm going to be talking about is actually a duo. They were amongst the first idol groups in the 1970s and had something that definitely set them apart from the rest. Yes, beauty pair were idols that wrestled, or to be more accurate, wrestlers that idoled. Basically, in the mid-70s there was the Berubara boom, triggered by and named after Berusaya no Bara, or The Rose of Versailles, which happens to be one of my favourite anime series. Takarazuka performed it and it was very popular, and people seemed to really like seeing feminine girly girls and more boyish women paired together. At this time, the All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling Organisation was wanting to get more young girls interested in wrestling, so this presented to them the perfect opportunity. They paired up Naoko Sato, who started going by Jackie Sato, and Maki Ueda, and formed the beauty pair on the 24th of February 1976. They won their first tag team championship the same day and released their first single, Kakameguru Seishun, later that year. Song and dance cover of this soon. The song was a hit and massive crowds would come to see beauty pair perform and fight in the ring. Interest in women's wrestling went up as intended and hundreds of girls were inspired to sign up and start. Jackie and Maki truly paved the way for the future of women's pro wrestling in Japan. They were essentially the pink lady of the wrestling world. Really, they were just as popular at the time, and the two duos were even depicted as rivals. They would appear on music shows, release singles, albums, and even a movie, before disbanding in 1979 after a match against each other where Maki lost and retired. She released a solo single after this and also had a brief career as an actress, starring in the Super Sentai series Battle Fever J, but these days she manages a husband's restaurant. Jackie also released some solo singles which are so good, and she retired a few years after Maki, then went back into the ring before retiring for good in 1988. She worked as a sports programmer and trainer before sadly passing away on August 9th, 1999 due to stomach cancer. Fortunately, she was able to reunite with Maki the year before. So, if beauty pair were so popular back in the day, why does nobody really talk about them now? See, I like beauty pair a normal amount. Yes, a normal amount. I also have a channel where I archive their music because a lot of it wasn't on the internet before. I would love to see more people appreciate them, as they're just so cool, cute and fun. So those are just a few underrated Showa era idols. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe you might want to check out some of them more. Let me know who your favourite Showa era idol is in the comments below if you'd like. Also, thank you again for 50 followers on Instagram. I really am so grateful for all the support. I should really think of a name for all of you. Also, feel free to comment if you have any ideas for a name. Thank you for watching. Bye bye!